Hello and welcome to Brodual. This time we have weapons and armour degradation. This is a mod that adds a durability system for the weapons and armour in the game. The way the system works is actually extremely simple, and it's designed to be as seamless as possible. I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with this type of feature from other RPGs, but for anyone that isn't, a durability system is a feature where your weapons and armour are actually affected by how they're used in combat. In terms of actual degradation mechanics, the mod takes various factors into account. First and foremost, you're most likely going to have to start a new game to use the mod. You can try to use it on an existing save, but it's unlikely to work unless you've just started your playthrough. Then with the mod installed, you need to use a new ring in your inventory as soon as you leave Helgen. This will activate the mod and you get to choose the rate of degradation. Once that's done, you're ready to go. All weapons and armour start with an unknown level, and this basically means its stats aren't affected at all. By default, you need to equip the weapon to identify it, and then its degradation will have an effect. Unfortunately, and one of our pet peeves with the mod, is that you can't clearly see an item's current level of durability. For some, this will mean a more challenging system where they have to look at a weapon's value or stats to see how badly it's damaged. And it'll be as if you're actually evaluating the weapon's condition for yourselves. Whereas for others, it'll be a bit of a nuisance, so we think it would be nice if that was included as an optional feature. Both weapons and armour will also be affected in various ways, including degradation by time, so the longer you have the weapon, the more easily it'll degrade in battle. However, the system also takes more specific scenarios into account. So for weapons, things like power attacks, blocking, the type of weapon and the weight of the weapon are all taken into account. So, generally speaking, hitting an enemy with a lighter iron sword will cause more damage than a heavy ebony sword. The same specifics are also applied to armours, so if you hit with a power attack then they'll degrade faster, and so on. So the changes should also affect how you handle yourself in combat, and you'll have to be even more careful about being hit, which works great alongside something like ultimate combat. A lot of these features can also be toggled and tweaked in the mod menu, so if you don't want time to play a role then you can disable it. You can also change the rate of degradation, as well as turn on auto-identifying so you never have to see the unknown tag on the right of your gear's name. You can also turn on sound effects to let you know when your item is wearing out, and you can even toggle on equipment breaking, so if you keep using your damaged gear without repairing it, then it'll eventually break. So to avoid that, you'll want to repair your gear as soon as you notice it's damaged, and to do that you have a few options. You can either take it to a blacksmith and pay a small fee, or you can buy a whetstone for weapons or a blacksmith hammer for armour. These two tools can be used anywhere in the world, and work as portable repair kits. In terms of compatibility, you shouldn't have any issues, and as long as you load this last in your load order, then it'll even apply the system to weapons and armour from other mods. The only real limitation the mod has is with multiples of the same weapon. However, the identifying feature helps partially fix it. So for multiples, you'll only be able to identify 3 of them and have them in your inventory at the same time. Then you'll have to either drop one or keep the rest of them as unidentified, which we think is a perfectly reasonable workaround to the issue. And that's everything you need to know about the mod. As I said earlier, it's extremely simple and designed to fit right in. We actually found this mod because another mod author, Isoku, who created other great mods like I Need and Wet and Cold, is working on a new degradation mod that's more in line with Skyrim's equipment system. So we'll also be covering that when it comes out, but this slightly older mod has been through a lot of updates and is definitely worth giving a go if you're ready to start a new playthrough. So if you're interested, then you can find everything you need down below, and as always be sure to leave an endorsement on any mod you enjoy, and thanks for watching.